Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero of Strike, Defender of the Fatherland. We're off here to an exciting 1 vs 1 on the road to Krakow. Between the north, we got Tomcat here, fighting for the Oberkommando West, Germany, Deutschland, taking on the role here of the 116th Panzer Division Winhund, ranked at 65 with the Oberkommando West. Rank 65 it is. I don't know the rank of the other fellow because, well, I don't know his real name. I just know him as Strats, so my apologies there. But if the one fellow's ranked 65, it's not difficult to assume the other one, or dangerous, I think, is more to assume. I'm wrong to assume the other one is roughly, well, somewhere around the top 100 and maybe top 200. That's sort of usually sort of a decent there. Sort of setup there. So we got here Scavenged, Elite Armored and Spec Ops with Infantry versus Mechanized here for Dots with Grenade Infantry and Bazooka Bulletins there. Double Rifleman there. And double Volkswagens there. So no Kubelwagens there. He might of course be expecting with Mechanized. There's going to be a Dodge Truck. At which point the Kubelwagen has a tendency of falling short simply because it can quickly be destroyed, and so you generally don't want to commit that versus a potential Dodge Truck. And that's again very much what it looks like here Dodge could be committing. Also to note, of course, there's bazookas and grenades. The bazooka is probably there just in case his opponent is aiming for like a Lux build, in which case bazookas they will be quite critical to having a chance in the early game. Plus grenades are just good. But there you go, we do have the Dart Truck out here. Tomcat there striking for the Cough-on with the Sturm Pioneers. That way home course to disrupt and sort of slow down any resource income for his opponent. Rifleman setting up more aggressive for the east side. And there you go, right inside the Dart Truck, a very powerful early combination there. Can do a lot of fire damage in the localized spots and can be also be treated with. It's not impossible, but it can be very difficult and overwhelming to deal with if the American player using it is very good at it. So it can be tricky there. They're going hit. Storm's getting some hits there. Up close, better chances. So and again, this is sort of where you have the best chances up close actually. But in this case, as soon as he builds up distance, the Sturm Pioneers will be forced to retreat, and there you go. They are on the run. So there you go, and I can just continue pursuing them, doing a lot of damage. And this is also where it gets really nasty because it's really good at pursuing retreating infantry units. Of course, there's no Panzerfaust here for Tomcat in the early game. So the Dart Truck here is a really, as you can see here, powerful play, wiping the Sturm Pioneers entirely. And that's probably where it sort of is the most powerful. Again, it's just its ability to just keep pace with the treating units and actually destroy them if you've got riflemen inside it. So right here, very strong start for Dots versus Tomcat, again wiping a 300 manpower unit easily and throwing more to the defensive here as he's always just pushing across most of the rest of the map. But in this case, he's pulling it back because it has suffered some damage, but again, he's already just, you know, done a huge bit of damage there. Wouldn't say it's quite earned itself in, but it's been very close to earning in the Dodge Truck just for that one. Briefly was considering an arcade whether they decides against instead go for Sturm Pioneers and attacker. Likely going to be a battle group headquarters, no attempt at mechanized regiment to counter this. Opponents being secured. Third rifle squad out there for Dots, grabbing points here and there. Shootout continues there, that's going to be a slow one. Germany should have a chance to win basically because there's 3 windows versus 2 here. There's going to take some time, but of course at the same time another rifle squad around here could very much tip things in favour of Dots there as well, unless he moves over more infantry to support. So there you go. Second Sturm Pioneer squad out there for Tomcat and the 116th Panzer Division. Dart Truck on the move there again. Americans, by the way, second armoured. Didn't give them a divisional in there, so there we go. Rolling about there on the road. Sort of funny, I mean, there's a front seat there that's technically unoccupied, and you could theory have someone sit there instead, but, you know, apparently the 5th guy's just somewhere under the bolts or something. Hey, can I get out? No, Earl. You stink. And you're worse, ain't you? Worse than you smell. Anyways, current points there. Folks are holding up there, defending the field point against any American aggression. Jump on back behind the heavy cover. Folks moving down the centre. And truck moving about. There you go. Battle group headquarters, more frontally position here for Tomcat, decreasing retreat times overall. Not a bad idea. Overall, what you can do to just, you know, decrease retreat time, but also, you know, allow it to reinforce and heal at the front. That can usually be a big deal because again, it just means you have to spend less time just having units move back and forth, and that's time that can very quickly add up. It's why ultimately a lot of Commandos players will always try to aim for more aggressive battle group headquarters positioning if they can't get away with it, because the time savings on it is just amazing. It's also, you know, why I like going for a half track, because again, being able to reinforce at the front line is a huge, you know, time saving. Again, it's why I generally always recommend, you know, try and get at a half track if you can. Again, not having to retreat every, you know, half minute to then spend a half minute, you know, going back and forth is, you know, again, really big. So there you go, pressure on Tomcat here around the cut-off point. Dot so far leading very strongly. Lieutenant out here is just going to keep up the pressure with more aggressive play. Not the captain, which of course probably more the responsive. He's a bit, you know, doing a bit less well, expecting his opponent to maybe go for looks, in which case he wants the captain, he wants stewards out. Instead, Dots are here leading with the lieutenant, following up there with the M20 utility car. Tomcat here, there needs to do something to break out his opponent's iron grip and retreat there. Looks like he's going to be withdrawing and refitting the Dodge truck here, the way he's sort of moving things about there, or he might be setting up for the lieutenant. Nope. That's a withdraw and refit. It's a withdraw and refit, unless he just did something very weird for no apparent reason. Well, what is he doing with it? And there's after attacking there, we got BAS up here. Bazookas going up as well. He's actually going for bazookas on his rifleman. Very interesting choice. We got a Bunhunt gun up against the rifleman, doing a bit of extra damage here. Folks moving up under the cover of the MU-4. Kedma fighting on the way there. In the west, we got Folks there fighting up. This is against a re-echelon squad. So Sven Tenner sort of pushing up. He does not want to let Dots remain. He wants to remove him, which of course is a bit more risky. Doesn't actually gain a lot from pushing away. They just relieves pressure. But again, we had to push through here. He could just relieve more pressure that way as well. So I'm not entirely sure this is the best method overall. I mean, just keeping the machine gun around here, maybe an infantry squad, and then make the bigger push into the west, I think would be a lot safer for him. We got an M20 on the move here. No mines for the looks of it there, though, from the Dodge, or the M20 utility car there. He can now withdraw and refit if he wants to, but again, I'm not sure if that's what he wants to do. In fact, I've got no idea what he's planning with it now. Like, he just popped out the crew, and now it's just sort of sightseeing. Rather than attacking against the MD-34 there. Might want to switch over to the rifleman. They also need to get supporting infantry over. There we go. A Kedma over there being carted forward to the front line as well here for the 116th Panzer Division. And the bazooka team now pops into the Dodge truck, forming up a mobile and her tank team there for Dots. In general, though, you would not fire bazooka from a moving vehicle, in particular not cramped, because you still have to watch for like the back blast, which can always kill the people behind. And there you go, Ken with the lands, an excellent hit, knocking out the Dodge truck, taking out most of the unit, and practically vomiting out a lot of the people from the truck. My God, she should wear seatbelts, but Otto, seatbelts haven't been invented yet. The swords were invented by the Swedes. Oh, well, you know, they should have had their own seatbelts. Never mind. M20 falling back there. Fultz is moving about as well there. So now we can see sort of big end. The Dodge truck having a bit of shot effect versus him. The MD-34 also helping out, then sort of helping a bit map control there. The MD-34 is not sort of generally viewed as positively, and the thing is, overall the issue is it's just not very good at handling blobs. I mean, it can handle singular units, but the way it sort of suppresses units means it's not very effective. Like dealing with sort of larger infantry scale assaults. It can sort of help control a mine engagement, but again, bigger ones, the MD-34 tends to struggle. But there you go. Getting the M20 plus the Dodge truck. Now, those are some more considerable wins there for Tomcat, doing a lot of damage there to Dots, removing a lot of his equipment there very quickly. Though, of course, again, he has upgraded his infantry. Conversely, there's not really been a lot of upgrades there. And Tomcat might have to go for another MD-34, so that way try and control his opponent's infantry. There you go. We also got grenades up, so Dots initially sort of aiming for, again, well, mechanized play, but he's very heavily emphasizing the infantry out of bit of nowhere. Interesting. Now, if you actually follow up with 2 grenades there, bit rare to see a player double grenade, but he's basically hoping his opponent then pop in after the first grenade went off and then get caught by the other one before he could, you know, realize what's going on. So that's a very interesting play there by Dots. In some ways greedy, but again, if you can't get to pay off, it can work. But again, it's not necessarily guaranteed to work out for you. Still, aggressive infantry play there from Dots versus Tomcat. MD-34 they're hammering away. 800 rounds, I think. Oh, actually 950 rounds or so per minute, I believe, with the MD-34. The MD-34 was the most produced German machine gun of the war, despite being harder to produce than the MG42. Also to maintain on that, but they just have been making it for so much longer than the MG42, which rather gave it sort of a head start on the MG42. Nasty hit there. Almost taking out the entire defense. Full crew's going to have to retreat. The Fult's gun is also in a poor condition. We'll need to retreat those as well. But he's got a lot of manpower floating there, so really for Tomcat to consider another MG4 just to control Dot's infantry, I think would be a pretty good choice. But there you go, quick pineapple grenade. He's making good use there of the frag out bullets in there to just increase the range. You can sort of throw them. But still, he's very aggressively attacking there, using the grenades so he can just sort of clear up and sort of just force the opponent constantly to move. Which of course also has the advantage. He just gets 3 hits with his BAR and Thompson. So yeah. Very aggressive play there and sort of good infantry play there by Dots. But it is pretty rare to see any American player commit to both grenades, weapon racks so fast into the game. Usually it would be either or, and then they maybe might follow up with the other one later into the game. But to see a player just commit to both so early into the game is rather irregular. Rather irregular. It's not necessarily a bad idea, but again, it does mean in some ways you can't take up so fast. But again, it does mean your rifling just are that much more tougher, that much more versatile. And the munitions cache, probably to help support it, because I mean this is something that will expend a lot of munitions for you, so that does make sense. But at the same time, again, that alters manpower. That's now not going towards more units or supporting elements, but he's also taking up at the same time. So again, even with all this, he's still able to get off, a major by the 11-minute mark, which really says something about, again, his early game. Again, he had a dart striker, M20, grenades, BARs, and still, at the 11-minute mark, he can take up. Again, that says something about his early game, his aggression, the pressure he's been able to, put on Tomcat. Also a bit about just how cheap it is to take up for the Americans to an extent. So yeah, a bit interesting there, but sort of really just aggressive play there from Dots, and again, he's very much on point with what he wants to do. So again, there's a clear strategy with clear tactics for him, and that also gives him a large degree of strength there. So Tomcat, there's also some kind of strategy going on, but it seems less apparent. Also being pushed back again. I mean, he hasn't chosen a doctrine at all. So again, there's a larger feel of reactiveness from him, with no real sort of clear idea what he wants to do. Whereas again, Dodge, okay, he wants to play aggressively. He wants to hurt some Germans. Mines there, but a good spot. Like kidding anything about this. We have Panther quarters almost done. Very much set up in a stance to defend the fuel point there from any harassment from Dots. They're going to press almost the rifleman. Not a lot of smoke screens here. MD34 is set up there. He briefly considered an element. Actually, now he's going for the Kedden effort. So he's more increasingly worried about enemy armor than he is about the infantry. There you go, another smoke screen then to push towards against the CoH point. Probably to be able to pop a grenade there through it. Again, that's also a tactic they can do with the rifleman. Firstly, then the smoke screen, and then you follow up with a grenade to sort of advance closer. Quickly pushing out of the cover, gaining the advantage there. Need to get the MD34 over there. In this case, he's too comfortable just in machine gun nature to have it over here to support. Had he still been able to bring out faster here, I think the fighting for Dots here would be a lot less favourable for him. Ambulance up to the front again. Further just aggressive play there again. Aggressive ambulances. A bit similar to having your Fort Bad Group headquarters can save your time. In this case, he's not even set up a Fort Retreat point, though that of course is an argument for either. I mean, he's setting up the ambulance again to just ensure he can heal and reinforce at the front line. It's a bit more risky, again, requires a bit more management, but if you can pull it off, again, it just gives you a lot more strength at the front line. And we got the Scot on the way for Dots. He's just relentless. He could have gone for Sherman here, to be honest, but he's actually going for the Scot just that way, pressure with artillery. Considering, I mean, he has penned his opponent into a smaller area, the Scot can just, allow him to pressure better within that area. Does, of course, smoke as well if he wants to. Rifleman reactions there holding up against the Germans at the centre victory point. Scott slowing away. He's also bringing out a 50 caliber to help control his opponent's infantry. Again, very strong play here from Dots so far. I mean, he's definitely, I'd say, top 100 material with his Americans. Definitely top 100. I mean, this is against some very solid, very aggressive, very driven American play. Highlighting a lot of their strength, but also just, less play you should have seen him playing. But there you go, we got also an out here from Tomcat to contest the opponent's infantry. Light machine on the way, grenades off against the forces there. Cover slowly shattering, carts falling apart. And we got the M8 Scot out here for Dots and the 2nd Armoured. go, setting up and firing there, 75 with a high explosive shell. Launched at the orbital dart and not having much of an impact. Second shot there, lands right in front of them. Not enough either. German infantry pushing forward to the light machine guns and rifle fire, pushing back to the armies, and there you go, for cheap point right here. Well, that was a suppressor weapon, which is still all the way over there. It's got no real way of stopping this or any artillery really, so really nasty. And of course, the scout basically serves as an artillery backbone that makes it much harder for the opponent to just push through. So that's very, very interesting. He's slightly repositioning though, as you can see. He sort of realizes perhaps this position is a bit too exposed, so he's slightly repositioning it a bit further towards his own carve point. You might of course be worried about artillery. There's certainly a few considerations there. But he definitely needs to get more active with that machine gun. I mean, just having it parked over there is actually giving Dots more freedom of movement, allow him to use his infantry in ways he probably should not be allowed to. So, I mean, either he brings up another MG-34 or moves to the other one. Also, I do think Tomcat really should be considering a doctrine by now. He really should be considering one. But there you go, full sting fire there. Scott shoots. Doesn't quite land a hit there. Lieutenant pushing forward for the cop on there. Steel Pioneers hanging back. Opposite on further hanging back as well. There you go, Lieutenant just blasting. We got air reconnaissance here from Dots, just further survey the battlefield, get an idea of what Tomcat is up to. Now finally moving down to the west side. I mean, in that regard, I do feel like Tomcat could have done a lot more towards here. He's been rather playing too much, I think, along with Dots' tune. Also trying to flank it. There you go. Artillery fire, Scott fire, grenades being launched. Heavy losses incendiary grenade off the 50 cover there. Got the Upsilon pushing through, smoke going off. Bun grenade, they get about to landing on the rifleman. Oh, another bunched up, but then heavy cover, so they shouldn't take too much, but the cover is shattered. Steel Pioneers following up here. Scott firing at the Upsilon, almost killing him there completely. Up here in the east rear, something halted by the MU-34, now gaining veterans too. Tomcat is closing in on the Panzer IV, which would give him some punch versus Dots. Still no doctrine from Tomcat. Still no doctrine. Kein Doctrine. And floating a bit of manpower there could certainly expend some of that on other things. Cat Punch causing MG-34 causing problems there. Scott moving up and tank going away there for Dots. And the MG-34 now finding himself under fire there from the Scott. Cover shattered. Oh, and a direct hit there, wiping the entire MG-34 crew. Bit the danger of they're just having a machine gun remain in the same spot for too long. It can become a very easy target for enemy artillery, so in that regard, Tomcat there was over a few punished for just, you know, popping down his machine gun and never really moving after a certain point. When again, he really would have benefited a lot. They'd be able to pressure Dots' infantry formation in the centre with it. But Kednev is also moving up there. Oh! Trying to get the ambulance here. We got Fulton trying to flank in. Can he get it? And there you go. The ambulance goes down. Troops being suppressed here, but still that's going to have an impact there. Could try a grenade or something, but there you go. Betty Jobs on the fire here from the Scott. Closing in on Veterans one already. He's continuing to press forward. Needs retreat. And still on position by the MG-44. Needs to grab it. And he goes for Elite Armored. Still floating manpower. So he's planning a Storm Tiger instead of a Panzer IV. I mean, that could certainly punish some of Dots' infantry checks. I mean, they are sort of very concentrated, practically blobbish. So, I mean, a Storm Tiger could very well do the trick. There's certainly so could a Panzer IV as well. But we've got the Storm Tiger out here, also known as Sturm Mercer. First time used in the Warsaw Uprising against the Polish Resistance, the Home Guard, or the Home Army. I can't quite remember the full name there. Captain pushed back there by the MU-34. Climbing about there. Rolling ahead. Scott firing. 11 kills. Further pressure to the west, but again, never really any big pressure. Plus, he's lost like Kedden after that. That's less good there for Tomcat and the German army. The 116th Panzerdivision Windhund. I mean, there's a pretty good target here with it. If Dots isn't quite fast enough, it could lose a lot. It fires a really, really big rocket, like almost, 40 centimeters. Oh, good lord. Medic's dead, 50 caliber dead, almost got the anti-tank gun dead. That was quite the Sturmtiger hit. Quite the Sturmtiger. We got grenades off, assault rifle fire, Americans dropping dead left and right here as Tomcat pulls off one hell of assault there. He's tearing through Dot's defenses rather than about to get wiped as well. Finding positions recruit, but precision. Oh, calling in artillery to break up the assault here with the Major, but the Major goes down as well. Heroically calling in with his last breath. I need artillery here. Oh god, I could have done this from a farther away position. Ugh. Anyways, Volkswagen pushing forwards there. Finding position turns into barbecue position. Volkswagen is wiped. Huge losses on both sides, but it is very much Dots here who pays the price right from walking past the barbecue pit, ends up joining it in hell. Huge losses here for Dots, so that was an absolutely vicious assault there by Tomcat. Vicious assault, proving why he is very much a top 100 player with the Oberkommand vest. Still able to deliver one hell of a blow to his opponent's teeth. It probably took, hurt him a bit as well. I mean, punching teeth does hurt. They are still teeth. They probably got a few stuck in his hand there. And his captain going in the centre there, but still big losses, big losses. But he's still got the Sturmtiger's opponent still has Scott, but he's got Obersoldaten and he's not. He's also gotten a captain out now with the bazooka. On the other hand, the only issue with Tomcat is while he did a lot of damage, he wasn't actually able to gain any ground versus his opponent, so that sort of lessens a bit the effect there. Dots there going for a Sherman tank. A Kedmeth recruit again there by the plucky captain. Smen, the captain himself, remained part of the captain unit. Which doesn't always happen, but there you go, folks. Met with the Panzerfaust. Hit the steward. God damn it, Joe, I told you to get away faster. Now we got a Panzerfaust. There, stuck. Tank and shooting, trying to ruin their sandbagging. Could you stop, Sap? We're trying to build down sandbags, you barbarians. My god. Finding position upgraded. Good job of setting one up, grabbing the victory point there. More anti-tank gun fire, which is being annoying there. Wrecking the sandbags. I said stop it, you Americans, or we'll shoot you. I mean, we're going to do anyways, but we're going to shoot you harder. Into testicles, fast. Oh, they got a Sherman out there for Dots. 50 cover that being added on top. Sturmtiger rolling ahead, certainly a big threat to anything that sticks about. It's too long at the front line. Scott there earning some fluxes by the western victory point, and might try and get the anti-tank in there with the Sturmtiger, just trying to wipe the unit. Orbs on doing what they can, they're close to eventually free. Certainly against their fair share of dead Americans, Sherman going for the Sturmtiger. Sturmtiger is obviously need to retreat very soon. More Kedden efforts for Tomcat, having seemingly lost both of his actually now to the Americans. But there you go, Vetchi 3 orbs on us advancing, then de-advancing as they get wiped. The Kedden effort they're dropped, could be secured here by Tomcat and the German army. Sherman will go up here. Another Kedden effort for Tomcat, they're almost done. Sturmpani equipped MU-34 defending the eastern victory point. The Sturmtiger rolling back there. Apparently unsure what it actually wants to do. I mean, it doesn't actually need to reload. MU-34 hanging back, and we got more orbs on for Tomcat. Fixing up the Sturmtiger. Scott firing as well. The MD-34 needs to be positioned before it gets lost there. Captain going for the central victory point, far western victory point there, secured already by the Americans. The second armor there, viciously advancing upon Tomcat's positions. Novel's got 3 anti-tank weapons now, 2 arcade weapons plus his own and 1 57mm. Second orbital squad almost done there for Tomcat. There you go, that is a lot of elite infantry. 5 men on fire there from the orbital Dardan. Sturmtiger advancing once more for Germany. Destroyers us for damn to Yankees. Push up through the centre here. Orbital continue to keep the Americans occupied on the far west flank. Follows them up to support, closing in at 74. There goes Sturmtiger slowly rolling ahead. Nasty hit there. Scott with 20 kills, doing reasonably well there versus Tomcat, who quickly pulls back the Sturmtiger again. So he's kind of going for it, but he seems scared to actually utilise it, which is only to the favour of Dodge though. And the less he risks losing to the Sturmtiger, the better. Fighting position there proving helpful there for Dots, preventing Tomcat from just too freely advancing his infantry. Oh, the other Kenman group might be very dead there. There we go, very dead, plus the fighting position also went down. Sherman, Scott moving ahead, the Kedneff ready, but it's about to get rushed here by the Sherman. Then again, there we go, he has a good chance of getting the Sherman, there's a good chance. One more hit. Scott, though, gets a good hit there, wiping out half of the Kenman crew, forcing a retreat. It looks like we could see another Kedneff loss for Tomcat and the 1 in 16th, but no, the Kedneff for once escapes the wrath of America. So all this happening, got to push again for the point here. He could, by the way, consider setting up some munitions to lay down booby traps using his orbital Dardan. That could be a very good idea. Rapidly advancing. Orbs and forced retreat with no real supporting weapons there. They are quite exposed out in the centre. Noting this is rather turned into a Stalingrad point. I mean, there's not really much attempt by either player to really outmaneuver the other ones. It ends up being more of a sort of test of strength and, you know, sort of greater tactics or manoeuvre. And Dodds is going for a second Scott here, so he's going for more self-propelled light artillery. Bit rare to see players go for double Scots, but some do. Meanwhile, Tomcat there is going for the Jagdpanzer, also known as the Panther 470 B. Technically, that was actually its official name, but this one, the Jagdpanzer, its Paul was itself just the one with the shorter 75mm cannon, like the one on the Panther 4. Whereas the one with the higher velocity guns, like on the Panther, rather called Panzer 470. I imagine in a sort of attempt to make the Allies believe they had sort of upgraded the Panzer 4 to have the same gun as the Panther, which technically they have, but you know, with a turret. Not, you know, this kind of tank destroyer assembly, which Guderian himself probably was not a fan of. He just wanted them to keep producing Stooks because he needed Stooks, he wanted Stooks, but it felt the Jagdpanzer was just a waste of resources, which it potentially was. There's not so much actually reports, at least easily found reports on sort of the performance of these tank destroyers here, which makes it a bit sort of trickier to sort of initially sort of discern, well, how good were they actually. Finish retreat, smoke screen down plus the Sherman, good move there. Of course now we got a tank destroyer out there to hunt down those armies. They should be sure to keep infantry by it. Germany attacking, but there you go, Jagdpanzer shoots, penetrating there with its high velocity gun. Germany already down to, well, close to half health there. Scots basically being a mobile artillery battery there, bombarding Tomcat's positions rather than being suppressed. Got also moving towards the cut-off points here to do some damage to Dots and his economy. Not a bad idea, or not a bad idea. Sturmtiger there firing and looking to up the unit, gets a single kill but nothing further. Bit slow there for Tomcat. Meanwhile, Jagdpanzer trying to pursue the Sherman up north here. Bit risky, but there you go, almost got it. Almost got it. Lieutenant charging forward into the Schwerpanzer quarters. Not entirely sure what he's hoping to do there. Either way. Oh, but he's almost got the Schwerpanzer quarters. He needs to quickly clear out the anti-tank gun. He needs to get his infantry over there. Got Orbison rolling forwards. They're moving straight into the double Scots, and that's quickly going to be a retreat. As over here, the captain's almost being marked out by the veterans. He's 4 now. Obersoldaten. Yeah, truly over. But there you go. Schwerpanzer quarters goes down in the storm of artillery, preventing Tomcat from getting more Obersoldaten out. Or for that matter, any sort of medium armor out rather swiftly. I would probably recommend him at least some Sturm Pioneers or just another infantry squad down the road to help secure territory. And also on there, then grab the bazooka. Alright, Jürgen, you grab the bazooka because you're the one with the biggest teeth and the ugliest clothes. But I wear the same uniform as you guys. We don't make the rules. Yes, you do. Shut up. Artillery strike there ready for him. Quite an effective one because it just is so fast reacting, plus it can knock out most of the Oberkommando West trucks in well, close to a single hit there. So if you can do a bit of damage first then follow up with artillery barrage, you can usually destroy them, which means this structure is also pretty good at counting late game Oberkommando West Schwerpanzer corps and the other sort of forward trucks there. Victory points wise, Tomcat is quickly bleeding out there. He needs to be a bit better at defending, but also needs to put more pressure on the other sides. But there you go, big push from Dots into the centre there. Jackson there ready, and Jackson there spotted. Jackson there quite dead. I think. There you go. One hit, one very dead tank destroyer. Also, they're moving forward. They're quickly suppressing the rifle in there with a few well-placed machine gun shots. Getting the eastern victory points. Sherman halfway down there for Dot. Smoke screen down to prevent the Oberson from being used there. Push in and do a lot of damage. Good work there by Dots. A lot of players tend to neglect, you know, the smoke screen can be applied in many ways, including you just ensuring your own units don't get murdered. So there you go. Double Scott bombarding. Veteran defeat Scots, by the way. You don't see those very often at all. But there you go. Plus veteran fireballs and actually a bit of a rarity now as well. So this fight's actually got a lot of things you don't usually see. Sturmpanzer moving ahead. There's Jagdpanzer almost knocked out here. Sturmtiger is still needing to reload. He's apparently too much going on here for Tomcat to handle. Got Orbison there fighting on the flanks, getting fired there by the Scots. 31 kills there for America. The Scot just keeps murdering. They'll need some serious repairs soon enough. And the Sturmtiger there is finally about to reload as well. Jagdpanzer need repairs. He's gone for Sturmpanzer, but they're committed to the assault, so they can't immediately go back to repair. Got the Sherman rolling ahead here. There's only a single cannon to stop them. But there you go. Hits a mine. Hits a mine. Empty loading with the attending lieutenant, but he could have just grenaded or even smoke screen down. Help carry up the Sherman. Of course, the Sherman closely down his own smoke screen. Again, the Scots lay down his smoke screen. I mean, in that regard, Dots has an awful lot of ways of just laying down a smoke screen, but the machine gun there completely destroyed, ruined, and annihilated. Jagdpanzer there going for the Sherman, almost got it. One more hit there, and it's gonna be a complete cook-up. Ah, missed. And there you go, Sherman blown to bits here. Sturmtiger there reloaded, but taking hits there. Bazookas though failing to penetrate the 100mm thick frontal armor. Rather rough situation here for Tomcat. He's losing a lot of ground here to Dot, who's also building up very fast at any victory points. So Tomcat needs to lead a very efficient counterattack and deliver some really, really good crushing blows for the Sturmtiger to have a chance here. I mean, if you can't get a really good hit in there, it's going to be game on most likely. Oh! Gets the Scot and the Rakettenwerfer. The Scot is abandoned only. So that was a really good hit. They almost put it to Veteran 2. Orbison there pushing forward, Veteran 4, Veteran North. Rather than the exposed out in the open and inside houses. And we're going to strike called in here on the battle group headquarters to try and destroy it. Orbison pushing forward, ignoring the artillery. Well, realising that there's no point in standing around the battle group headquarters, going to get blown to bits. There we go. As you might notice, almost took it out, then a single barrage, again also very fast reacting. But in this case, there's nothing to be able to finish it off with. So in this case, he can't make it out there. Could try and recruit and repair the Scot there at Tomcat if this opponent does destroy. And there you go. Takes it out there, ensuring it does not fall into German hands. Another shell on the way there for Dots. Scott quickly zips away. Need to get this Orbison onto the victory point to stall the bleed. Another truck for Tomcat. Steelpower should quickly move on. He should get the Jagdpanzer moving. Of course, he should just hit the field as fast as humanly possible. On the other hand, Dots has also lost quite a bit of infantry, so he might struggle here a bit. If Tomcat handles his Orbison well, he could, you know, regain a lot of the map and make it very difficult for Dots to get back. I mean, that was a really aggressive assault, which rather cost him a lot and could possibly put into a situation where he can't, you know, regain control and thus not be able to sort of finish off the job there. Fortunately, they're finding in the centre, taking fire there from the Scot. Again, 37 kills. Taking hit though from the Jagdpanzer and its high velocity 75mm gun. Nice little sneak attack there, catching Dots a bit off guard. Grenades off though. Again, the veterancy bonuses plus the range bullets in there allows most Americans to toss a grenade really far. Again, from the south, they're dealing with the Sherman. Almost got the victory point there, Sherman rolling ahead. Disregarding the anti-tank threat, but there you go, quickly retreats. And there you go, Academy from the east, forced away by the Orbison, and 35 kills there for Germany. Schwer Part course needs, or Schwer Wehrmacht 11 needs it up soon enough. Jagdpanzer moving ahead. Also, it feels like there's two soundtracks going on at the moment, which is really confusing for me. Probably is for you as well. It occasionally happens. It's not very often, but occasionally there's be like, you know, two soundtracks all of a sudden you just begin playing, which is really confusing. Thankfully, it's not like, you know, when there's like a sudden pang that went off, like it took them really long to figure out what the hell that sound bug was, but, you know, it's still a bit, you know, hang on. Sturm team's going to need some repairs. Mechanized Regiment, they're being repaired up for Tomcat. They're setting up there, so probably can repair his troops at the front line. Maybe go for a light vehicle to help control the field that way. That could be an option. I mean, a quick look here could have an effect versus all of the remaining infantry for Dots. Almost got the Lieutenant of the Bone Grenade. Another Scot on the way there. Down to 50 points for Tomcat. Unit spot there by the Sturmtiger. Two Scots again for Dots, and there you go. He's about to lose the Sturmtiger, but we got the Jagdpanzer moving in to try and catch that Sherman. There you go. Good hit, good hit. Okay, not so good there. Forgot to reverse move. That was a pathing error. Either way, Sherman there took a lot of damage. Jagdpanzer now by the veteran, 2 shots and added. And there you go, main gun out on the Sherman. Jagdpanzer continues pursuit, needs to be careful there. McKenna moving it, and there we go, he gets the Sherman, he gets the Sherman. Scott's good to the next target here of the Jagdpanzer. There he goes, shoots, gets a good hit there on the veteran 3 Scott. More hits there, more hits. Really risky, but again, he clearly just wants to apply much pressure, then trying to destroy as many of Dot's vehicles as possible. Misses. Ah, scheiße. And there we go, Scott goes down. Halfway to Veteran 3 there. If you can get to Veteran 3, that would definitely be good form. High rate of fire plus mobility. Anti-tank and then the flank rather exposed. The Academy retreating. And there you go, Orbs on there. Veteran 5 being pinned down, murdered up close by the 50 caliber, sawing through them. And there you go, anti-tank gun crew is dead. No repair pioneers. He really should just consider that, but also I think he should just consider Scott. Looks just keeps zipping about and just murdering infantry. He's going for a lot of infantry here, but again, I think a looks at this stage would be a really strong choice just to make it harder for Dots to sort of like rush any of the points and cover them better. But we'll have to see that. Grab the victory point there, but losing the one in the centre. He's yet to secure the one in the east. He's down to 28 here versus 298 there from Dots. third hit, kills from that Scott, by the way. That's some really good Scott handling there, to be honest. You rarely get to see a player handle a Scott that well. But Dots is clearly one of those who knows how to utilise it. And I've seen a slow increase in American players that are overall utilising it. Return that being pushed back by the Obersoldaten. Yak Panther there hanging back in support. Still not repairing the Sturmtiger. He's not even bothering with the repair pioneers. That one's just forgotten when you can actually be using that to pressure his opponent more. Maybe catch some of the more support weapons and destroy them. Rather out in the Obersoldaten got Silly Strike caught in the centre here. That Kedner for crew annihilated in a matter of seconds. Ooh, that was really risky the way he was moving about the Obersoldaten. He could have risked them just being annihilated there. Push up for these to Scott there, very low on health, almost knocked out. He could lose it, he could lose it. He's flying away the veterans in 5. Scott! Oh, Gott im Himmel! And it goes down! That could be a critical throw there for Dots, as it pretty much removes any options to really just, you know, continue laying down precise, accurate fire against Tomcat's troops. He's going for Jax now to help deal with the Yak Panther. That at the same time lacks any way of really dealing with the infantry. Particularly again those larger numbers of orbs. And again, 41 kills there. More Sturm Pioneers there. Still no repair pioneers for him. Again, he can afford, he could just easily just have that Sturmtiger fixed up while he's busy managing everything at the front and then moving back, but it's just left to smoulder. Another Jackson out there though for Dots and the 2nd Armoured Division. That Panther they're rolling ahead. And they're being shredded. Got the Jacks moving up. There we go. Quick hit there from the Yak Panther. You could actually use heat rounds there. Increased. Oh, he doesn't have enough ammunition. Oh, Jackson there going for the Yak Panther. Almost 53 there. Almost. Also picked up the Sturmtiger. Still no attempt at repair pioneers. Also taking down sandbags there. Grab the centre victory point. Should be able to begin bleeding out Tomcat once more. And suppressed here by the 50 caliber machine gun. Veteran to 2. Infantry not in full enforcement charge forwards. So just get the Sturmtiger moving now. He can't afford. I mean, he can't really afford to sit about much longer again when there's like so few victory points left. He just has to get in there. He has to push his opponent off the points. There you go. Good flank going with the infantry. Orbson though heavily depleted, but still he's pushing in. He has to. But there you go. 2nd 50 caliber covering the 1st one and the position there in depth defense. He still loses the 1st one, but he pretty much prevents the opponent from just rushing to the victory point. Sturmtiger moving ahead there. Yak Panther covering. Veteran Orbson moving in as well there. Jackson rolling forwards there. Orbson trying to get past here. Further deeper flanking his opponent. But there you go. Sturmtiger moving in. Need to get the Yak Panther to help deal with the Jackson. Jackson trying to crush the Obersoldaten. Other Obersoldaten squad blitzing forwards through it all. Yak Panther shoots. What is he doing with the Sturmtiger? Is he trying to catch the Jackson? So just trying to take out the 50 caliber, but he's murdering his infantry. What is he doing? What are you doing, Tomcat? Why? That was pointless. The Jackson can't prevent him from taking the point. There you go. Veteran 5. Obersoldaten wiped by the 50 caliber. His obsession with the tank destroyer, which is a pointless one, cost him the Obersoldaten and delayed him taking the point there. Ah, good lord, he could have just wiped the 50 caliber with the Sturmtiger. And there you go, gets it anyways. Why was it necessary to use the Sturmtiger on there? I think Tomcat here might be struggling in the late game. There's just so much pressure, so much stress. He's just making all these bad calls. Or he's making some very bad calls. He's not making a lot, he's just making a few really bad ones. Now he's barely got anything left. He got the Yak Panther again. Vetchi free, fast, agile now. And again, high mobility rate of fire. Though technically, the Yak Panther was not very agile. Again, it's called Guderian stack for a reason. It was an overloaded chassis there at that point. And also the gun itself was a bit of a hindrance. I mean, it had a chance of just digging into the dirt and just, you know, blocking up the gun. Taking out an outhouse. 8 points left here. But again, just veteran fire Oberstland wasted just like that. That's painful. Again, he obsessed too much over the Jackson, I think. He obsessed too much over it. And still no repair pioneers. Still no repair pioneers, which again would just make it easy to get fixed up. Should booby trap. They could also grab the 50 cover with his Oberstland set up to defend the point. There you go. Yak Panzer hidden away. Needs to get his troops moving. Big push towards the eastern side there. Oberstland. Too slow setting up. Too slow, Tomcat. This is also where Luke's been helpful. More riflemen for dots. Losing his remaining victory points. This could be GG. This could be GG. He can't defend. Get the one back here, and he's losing the one up north as well because he's got nothing defending it. Damage engine the Yak Panzer. There you go. The bleed has begun. Grenades going off in the centre. Folks are taking losses. Sturm Pioneers close to being wiped out. 5 points left. That's GG. Tomcat has no way of winning this now. He has no way. He didn't focus enough on that one. Didn't leave that one defended either. Didn't tell he had a booby trap. So there you go. And for that, it's completely GG. A victory here for Dots. Brutal hard fought was very close. His forces were pretty much almost spent. They were just able to push through by the last moment. They're due to Tomcats and ability to just defend properly, but also some slight mistakes and again some really bad calls out of nowhere. So brutal fight here on the road to Kharkov, highlighting just the power of just American player view size correct. The grenades, the BARs, the smoke, the bazookas, and the Scots. I mean, they really did a lot there with the Scots. They just shame he threw away the veteran free one. Tomcat struggling in the early game because of that kind of build there, but slowly pushing back. The problem was they just got too focused here and not enough presence around here. That way, trying to relieve pressure, but also just slowed down his opponent's resource lead. So I think it was a mistake there by Tomcat that rather cost him. Also, no repair pioneers. Could have used better use of his spare punted quarters of field and maybe another machine gun or some other Oberstland down the road that could also help him a lot more versus his opponent. So there's some issues there for Tomcat. I mean, still he played pretty well, but it's just Dots just play that much more sharply and on point. And again, he chose his doctrine right away. So again, there's also just much more clarity as to what he wanted to do. Again, Tomcat just was much later in choosing his doctrine and overall didn't do much with except going for Sturmtiger, which is overall what I'd call a weak doctrinal choice. And you only go for units, you call in a single unit. That's a weak doctrinal choice. So definitely not what I'd recommend there. So there you go. Also, a big thanks to May I Be Me, Tora, and to Marcus for donating and supporting the Propagandacast. You know, donating my PayPal. Big thanks to all of you and supporting, of course, the Propagandacast. It's a noble cause. And of course, if you want to do so, you can do so via the links in the video description. There's Patreon or PayPal. Others appreciate it. Of course, allows me to keep making videos day after day, so do consider. This is Imperial 19 Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you all tomorrow for another sounding episode. Bye.